Hello, welcome to Module 13. Module 13 corresponds to Chapter 15 of your OER. Please be sure to read through Chapter 15 and to review the Chapter 15 PowerPoints carefully. The topic for Chapter 15 is psychological disorders. You will be completing a discussion board on psychological disorders for this module. You will also be completing Chapter 15 quiz. And also located within this module is Unit 4 thought paper. I think that I'm going to post a second video in this module, so scroll down to the bottom of this page once you've watched this video and are ready to complete your Unit 4 thought paper. There I will be posting instructions on how to maximize your points on this last major written assignment for the course. Oftentimes when students take a psychology course, they have the impression that we will be focusing on psychological disorders. We tend to typically think about the field of psychology in terms of well-known psychological disorders. So now here in Module 13, we will actually look at various clinical and personality disorders. One thing to keep in mind as you're reading through the chapter is that the symptoms that are used to diagnose clinical and personality disorders are based on a continuum. The idea of the continuum represents low symptoms and high symptoms. So if you're reading through a chapter section and you feel like some of the symptoms describe you or somebody you know, just remember that classification of having a psychological disorder requires you to consistently score high on the continuum for symptoms and also to have major disruptions in your life. One other point I'd like to bring up before I end this video is the difference between clinical disorders and personality disorders. With our increased knowledge of technology, neuroimaging, neurotransmitters, we have come to the understanding that clinical disorders tend to be associated with physiological issues. And oftentimes, clinical disorders are treated well with medication. On the other hand, personality disorders tend to involve behaviors and emotions that we have learned early in life and we have found to be useful in successfully getting what we want later in life. So personality disorders don't tend to be treated with medication. Okay, so I'll see you next in the Unit 4 thought paper instructions, and then again in the last module of the course.